Hello, everybody. Sorry I'm late, and technically I'm also a week late on anime, or not anime, on the Biggles breakdown. But that doesn't matter. We're here. Last week I couldn't do it. A whole bunch of stuff happened, and I think I just did like a quick little break that was way shorter. And what's up, Spirian? Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I am going to actually talk about more than just baseball anime today. I am also going to talk about my experiences at the cons this year, because I've already been to 3. I've been to 1 each month, and it's been super exhausting. On top of the YouTube channel is doing really well, so we've been making videos like crazy. So I kind of put together a thumbnail for all of this. I slept for 2 hours after work because I was just exhausted. So that is why we're late, because I woke up at like 5 o'clock. And my show starts at 5 o'clock my time. So I have like a lot of the stuff I bought from these cons, and most of like the pictures from the voice actors and stuff. So I kind of want to start off with that, and then I'll talk a little bit about the baseball animes that I wanted to talk about. But I started going to cons last March because the voice actor of Vegeta was going to be there, and I'm a big fan of Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball GT, all the video games. I've grew up on that. And so I was like, my friend was like, yeah, I'm going to this con. I go every year that they have it. And I'm going this year. And I looked and I was like, hey, Chris is going to be there. Can I tag along? So I tagged along, and that's this badge that I have right here, and that was AnimeCon, and I went there, and it was so cool because I got to meet a guy who was part of my childhood growing up, and not only was he Vegeta, but he was also Piccolo and Yamcha and Shenron and all these other characters from Dragon Ball, and it was just amazing to watch him. And by the time that I got to him, I had just watched Black Clover, and he was Captain Yami, and I was like, hey, I came up here to meet you as Vegeta, but I just started watching Black Clover. And I went on and on and on, and we just got to talking, and then he ended up signing all my stuff, and it was really cool. And I was like, yes, this is awesome. And that started my con life. After that, we went to Game On last year, and it was way better than this year. Game On last year was way better than this year because there was they had some really crappy security and line management and a whole bunch of bad stuff that happened this year that didn't happen last year. So I had a really bad experience. And the VIP pass that I got was supposed to let me in an hour early, and it turns out that we were like an hour late after being there an hour early on Saturday or Friday, sorry. And it was such dog shit. And then the director of it came out and was like, since you guys aren't going anywhere, and he was like a pompous asshole, like, dude, we paid extra money to get here early, and you just said you were the director and you don't have us in line, and you said we're not going anywhere anytime soon. So you're a piece of shit. So if he ends up watching this, which I highly doubt he will, you're a piece of shit, dude. Okay, so there we go. That's my thoughts on Game On this year. He's a big piece of shit, but I got to meet some cool people, and I kind of want to show off some of the stuff I got. So the only reason why I went to Game On Con this year, I wasn't going to go because I was going to MegaCon in February, but they announced this man was going to be there. So let me share. They announced that this man was going to be there, and there is no way that I Biggles was not going to meet this man. This man is Seto Kaiba. All right. This is the voice of one of my favorite characters of all time. My logo is based off Seto Kaiba and this outfit. It was so cool to meet him. And he was like, you know what you got to do is you got to go up to Dan right here and tell him how much better Kaiba is. And I was like, oh, you know I will. I got you. And I went over to meet this man. Let's see. The voice of Yugi himself. And it was so awesome. Like I was like a kid in a candy shop. And like I had unlimited reign to all the candy. And it was just so cool that I was absolutely the happiest person on earth when I got to meet these two, because these are like my childhood, and it was all a dream. No, I got pictures. Look, I got pictures. Look, my eyes are closed in this picture. That's how bad it is. But it was so cool to get to meet them. And I got to show you guys this. This is like, hold on, where's the picture? So this one doesn't have a case yet because it's bigger than what I thought. And as I was talking about earlier, Dragon Ball Z was something I loved, right? And I grew up on it, and all I did was watch it. So I got to meet the voice of Goku. So here's the picture that I got for it. Maybe if I meet Chris again, I'll have him sign this side. But let me show what I got. So we're doing a Kamehameha together. And this guy in the Mario outfit behind me, he's a content creator. He does stuff about games. I think it's like Nerdy Nick something. So we did a Kamehameha together. And the guy who took the picture didn't take the pictures fast enough. So Sean was like, come on, you missed the Kamehameha. We wanted to get all of it together. And it was just the coolest moment ever. He was like, you want to do a Kamehameha with me? And I was like, yes. Yes, I do. I want to do a Kamehameha with you. And it was just, this was the second best part of my convention. The first part was meeting Kaiba, because Kaiba is the man. Ooh, and I got to meet Cell. So I got to meet the voice actor of Cell. He's really cool. Let me pull up that picture. Here's me and Cell, Damien. And he was just like one of the coolest guys. And he was like, hey, make sure you turn on the flash so it gets rid of all the shadows from above. And the picture looks really great. So this is the best picture that I've taken all day. And it was just so cool to meet all these Dragon Ball characters. And I was just, oh, no, Cell is green. Well, he's green in the back, you know? He's not green. But I got to meet the voice of Cell there. How about, is that better, Dan Blackwood? But I was so happy this weekend to meet these guys. And a funny story is, I said how awful security was and all the problems. Well, Sean got locked outside, the voice actor for Goku. He got locked outside for like 30 minutes. And he had a big ass line at his table, and he couldn't go sign autographs because he was stuck outside because security was shit. If Jed Revenwolf watches this, Johnny Cage told me to punch you in the nuts for missing this year. And he hopes you're feeling a little better. Let's see. Hold on. I gotta put down the pictures of the people I've already showed. Okay. So, and then I got to meet some other people. So if you guys have played the new Final Fantasy, they have a voice actress for Tifa. And I got to meet the voice actor for Tifa. So there's that. So sorry, there's a glare. So I got to meet Tifa. So here's me meeting Tifa. Oh, look, I can put myself in the bottom. There you go. So I met Tifa. Those were that was totally cool. She was such a sweetheart. She was really nice. So I got to meet her. I got so Full Metal Alchemist is one of my favorite shows for animes, and it's really good. I got to meet Alphonse. He is just as tall in real life as that giant suit of armor. So don't let anybody tell you Edward is the taller one. That would be a lie. Where's this picture? Where's me and Aaron? He was originally at the top. Now he's at the bottom. Okay. Ronald. Yeah, that's my name, unfortunately. So that's him. He was such a cool dude. He was talking about how he's like working on his own comic and how he uses the manga from Full Metal Alchemist to help him get like ideas so that they just take like action shots rather than like the whole background and stuff, and it's just like a face. And it was totally cool. So I got to meet the bad guy from Persona 5, Keith Silverstein, who also voices some characters in Grand Blue Fantasy, which is pretty big on the channel. So I got that. We did a little back-to-back. Here, let's go through all the pictures I have with him. So they took a picture of me and him, like just talking, and then as we go through it, we're like, "Oh yeah, that one's blurry." I was like, "Oh, that one's okay. I kind of look goofy." And then we did this one. He's like, "Yeah, I really like that one." So we ended up just going through a bunch of different pictures to go through, and it was freaking awesome. There's me and him talking. She's just like playing with my phone. Oh, and she almost dropped my phone here. She was like playing with my phone, trying to like find the best stuff, and almost dropped my phone. Next is so I love Digimon. As some of you may know, ass to ass. Exactly. So I love Digimon, as some of you may know. And I said that already. And I'm trying to find the picture with Sora. Okay, Sora's on the back of the cell one. Okay. So I got to meet the original voice of Sora. Why can't... Oh, I'm on the wrong page. I got to meet the original voice of Sora. And we were talking about how I met Derek, the voice of Vmon, at the last con, and how he got to voice like so many Digimon. And she's like, I always wanted to voice a Digimon, and they never let me until the very end of one of the movies. So I got to meet her there. Why is it show here? I don't want that to show. So I got to meet her, Colleen, and she was very nice as well. I really enjoyed meeting her. Who's this next? My eyes are closed in that picture. And then, as we get to our next picture, so this. Wait, hold on. Where is it? Let me grab Caitlin's, and let me grab. Sorry, I'm a little unorganized. So this right here, this little short bundle of fun, her name is Sarah, and she is the voice of Charmy. She's the voice of a lot of other anime characters as well. I just don't, I've never seen those animes. So she's the voice of Charmy. So this was the picture of Charmy that I got. Put this one over here for when I talk about meeting Charlotte. And then we get to Caitlin Glass. So Caitlin Glass is the voice of Petra. And if you guys are watching any of my Unicorn Overlord stuff, I didn't. We haven't got to Alcina on my actual playthrough, but she voices Alcina in Unicorn Overlord. So that's really cool that I got to talk to her that as well. So Caitlin was awesome. So when we were taking pictures, she was like, yeah, we're going to do a photo shoot. And then we took 2 pictures, and that was our photo shoot. But she was so nice. We talked about a bunch of different stuff, and we talked about like Winry. We talked from Full Metal. We talked about Attack on Titan for a little bit. We talked about Unicorn Overlord. She didn't really have much of a line, but it was awesome that it was she didn't have much of a line, so I was able to talk to her a lot. Who's my next set of pictures? Okay, so that is all for Game On Con. I also watched the Super Smash Brothers tournament, and it was boring, like super boring. All right, let's see. That is the voice of Charlotte. I'm getting these in order now. Wait, hold on. Is that Charlotte? All right, you're somewhere here. That's a different con. So about that order, yeah, I'm not very good at getting things in order. Okay. No, okay. So it's this Hestia, Tanjiro. Dude, Tanjiro took so many pictures. Mike McFarlane. Oh, did I not take a lot of pictures at MegaCon, or are my MegaCons at a different spot? No, I guess I only got 3 voice actors at MegaCon. Where's Justin Briner? There we go. Okay. Sorry. Order. And then he technically starts the next one. Okay. Oh, I'm going to put this one here too. All right. So I got them in order now. Out of order of the chaos. You know, Biggles is always chaotic. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. So I put this in order now. So I'm going to start here. So I met the Soso sisters. They wanted to do that pose. They were kind of pulling on me, and I was like somewhat tilting over. That is a very uncomfortable pose, but whatever. And then here was the Geeks and Gamers panel. Yeah. There's Critical Drinker. I got to meet him. That was so cool. This Drinker is awesome. And then, of course, me and Ryan with my holy shit, both of our nipples. And then I got to finally meet Ripa. I've been watching Ripa since like 2016. Or no, 2015. So I've been watching Ripa for almost 9 years. We're almost 10 years now. And it's been fun. And he when I said my name, he knew exactly who I was. So that's cool. All right, so this show them nips, Biggles. Yeah, I know. Fucking that shirt was like loose at the beginning of the day, and then by like halfway through it felt tight after eating. So this is the voice of Luffy from One Piece, the voice of Gohan, Kid Gohan from the original, the voice of a couple other characters, but she voices Charlotte from Black Clover. So I had to get a picture of Charlotte to go next to my Captain Yami picture, because that's that's something important to do. So that one is fully done. So I can put this one down. And then this right here is, oh no, wait. Okay, yeah, okay. And this one right here is the voice of Nami from Black Clover. But she is also Hestia. So I got to meet Hestia, or as my friend calls her, the girl with the big boobs. I got to meet Hestia, and I really like that show. We'll eventually do a breakdown on the full show, but not right now. That is a different time. She was so nice. I got to talk to her for about 10 minutes because her line hadn't picked up, and then she had one of the biggest lines next to the guy who voices the main character in Jujutsu Kaisen. Okay, so Justin Briner. I got to meet Justin Briner. I don't know why my Tanjiro pictures didn't show up next, but I got to meet Justin Briner. Now, Justin Briner is the voice of Deku. He is the reason why I decided to go to the con, because I really, really wanted to meet him. And my next cosplay is going to be Luck, and that is Justin's character as well from Black Clover. I definitely had to meet him. Look at that. Oh, the background's green, so that's why it kind of looks transparent, but it was so cool getting to meet him. And then I got to go back to him when he had no line and talk to him, and we talked about like cosplaying and stuff like that. And he was super awesome to meet. And I thought it was amazing. I was so happy to be there. I was like, oh, like getting to meet people that you like really like what they do is amazing. All right, so this is Zach Aguilar, and Zach Aguilar saw my shirt, and all he wanted to do was talk about Krista. So he talked about Krista a lot, and it was so funny. So yeah, Zach Aguilar really likes talking about Krista. They're friends, so that's kind of cool. So he took my phone, and he just took as many pictures as he possibly could. And he was super cool to meet, super nice. Like I said, he talked about Krista the whole time. Okay, now we're at a different con, so let me take that down for now. So now we're at a different con, but I did meet Gina Carano. So I met Gina Carano. Oh, wait, hold on. Who's on the back of Tanjiro? Oh yeah, that's a big one. So I met Gina Carano, and I had to get Red Alert 3 because Red Alert is amazing. No, I didn't meet MCU fan, but I do know his brother. I am friends with his brother. So I met Gina Carano, but I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie Drive Me Crazy with Melissa Joan Hart and Adrian Grenier. Adrian's the guy from Entourage, and he plays this guy, I think Chance. Chance Hammond is the name of his character in this movie, and he has a scene that I tell people, if you really want to know me, go to the scene where they're in the gym and they're talking about the designated hitter in baseball, and that is me. So I met him and I got his autograph just because of how much that one scene means to me as a person, because I was I watch that movie all the time just for that one scene. So it's I had to do it. Okay. So let's see. We got this one. Then right after is Toga. Sweet. So I can just turn this around. I'm trying to get everything together. She is Hitch. That's Hitch. So, boom, boom here. Belle. She played other characters I knew, but I didn't. Where's my? Oh, she voiced Mercedes as well as Pixie-Mon, so that's her. Rill. This one, the best one ever. That is Chuck. After Chuck is Bryson. Dimitri. Okay. And then, whoa. I don't see my. Did I not get it? Oh, there he is. Okay. He's after Karma. Where's my Karma picture? She's on the back. Karma's where? Where is Karma? Karma's on the back of. Who's Karma? Where's my Karma picture? Is Karma down here already? So these next set. Yeah, okay. This next set, I tried to cosplay a character, and the hair dye went really bad. So we had an issue there. And it was just running the entire time. And it was so bad. Right after Bell. Okay, so we got these in order. I won't judge you, Biggles, for liking Drive Me Crazy, but the rest of the world might. Hey, man, it was just that baseball scene that made me be like, yeah, I definitely like this. Bring back the red. Oh, yeah, we're getting there. All right, so we had the red hair dye, and if you look at it, my head is fucking red. Like, it is so bad. So I couldn't decide which character to get for him because he's Master Roshi. He is Gene Havoc. He is Jean from Attack on Titan. And he's just like so many cool characters that I couldn't decide which one to go with. So I got his roster right there. And I got to meet him. And that was super cool. Unfortunately, my head was red. So it wasn't very fun dealing with that all day. All right. So now we meet Toga, who is on the back of this. She also voices some other characters. They have a girl behind my head that looks kind of like Philo, but that's Brianna. That's not. That's. So I met Toga. I think she plays a character in High School DxD. Oh, that's who the character behind my head is. That's Asia or something like that from High School DxD. I don't know. I don't know exactly. But yeah, she was Toga, and she only had one Toga picture left. So I got the last Toga picture. But my hero is super awesome. I don't know what was going on there. That was a lot of fun. So this is the voice of Hitch. She is also the voice of the main character in Assassination Pride. Raw, yo, sleazy. The cosplay was really bad. I mean, the cosplay looked kind of good, except for the hair. What up, dude? Yeah, basically. And then I met Hitch, and super nice, super friendly. Her name is Brittany. I really like the voice that she uses for a couple of the characters in the shows I've seen. Let's see. I think I have 2 with her. I have 3 with her. And so this is the picture she signed for me. And then she used, I guess I'll eat this whole pie by myself quote. So it was really nice meeting her. And then I met Tia Ballard. She plays like one of the kittens in or the whatever the cats' names are in My Hero Academia, but she also plays Belle from Black Clover. So she drew Belle, and she wrote, "You know, is mine, all my love," and then she signed. She was really nice to meet. I don't have that one in a protector because I don't have one of that size because those were like 9x11s, even though they said 8x10s. Oh, and then Ling, I met Ling or Todd. This dude was so cool, and I probably spent more time talking to his wife than I did to him because he was the one with the longest line at the con. So I got to meet him. That's the only picture I have with him. And then we go to the voice actor of Piximon, and she's also the voice actor of Mercedes from Fire Emblem. And I really like Fire Emblem, and I do like Mercedes, so I ended up getting a picture with that. Mercedes is one of the people in one of my playthroughs I chose to marry. So that is the voice of Mercedes. She was really nice. I liked talking to her a lot. We talked about Digimon more than Fire Emblem, but yeah, I really liked meeting her. This is who I was cosplayed as. I was cosplayed as Karma when he fights Grip, who is Chris Sabat's character. What up, Retro? So I didn't suffer from insanity. I loved every second of it, is a Karma quote. So I was cosplayed as Karma, and at one point the hair was in the same direction, and then it shifted when I tried to wipe all the red off my face. But yeah, I met Austin. We ended up talking a lot about Overlord because I ended up just watching it, like literally finished the last episode that he was in, like the day of. So I got to meet Karma. That's who I cosplayed as. He's the whole reason why I went to this con, was to meet Austin and cosplay as Karma. I don't know what he's doing here, but he wanted to do a funny pose. So he did a funny pose, and we did a funny pose. All right. So this is Rill from Black Clover. Rill's in love with Charmy, so I told him that my birthday was the same day as Charmy. So he wrote Rill and Charmy on here. He was super cool. We ended up talking about Blue Lock, which is a soccer anime that my friend really likes, so I ended up watching it. And he's the voice of Ego. And I think Ego has like a really bad idea to create winners. But that's not his fault. But he was one of the funnest characters to play because like the first page of the manga he ever read to like get ready for the role is like, have you ever had a bird shit on you? And he was like, and since then I was like, I must embrace this character. So meeting that Derek was awesome. But oh wait, hold on. Let me see if I can share the audio here. Let me stop my screen share, present, share screen. Now, headphone users, be a little careful. Let me know. Wait, hold on. Okay. Let me know if you can hear the audio in this. Could you guys hear the audio right there? I guess I could check too. Okay, I heard audio. You guys hear audio? All right. So for those of you that don't know what's about to happen. Okay, you heard something. Okay, so this is Derek. I really wanted to meet him. He voices all the Vmon evolutions. He voices Vmon and everything. He voices Paimon. He voices Demi-Devimon. He voices the Egg Digimon, which I can't remember his name. And he voices about like 30 other Digimon. And I was talking to him for like 20 minutes because it was just me and him. And I was talking to him about 20 minutes. And I thanked him because like Sean and Chris were for my childhood, and Eric and Dan were for my childhood, this man was another part of my childhood. And I love Digimon so much. I still play all the card games. Like next Cards with Cards, we got all these packs to open. So we got cards to open for Digimon. And then so here's this. He also played Ken, who was the Digimon Emperor in season 2. So this is what I got. Ready? Headphone users, be careful.
Hi, Ronnie. Thanks for coming to TayuCon this weekend. We really appreciate you. And I just wanted to say, Vmon Digivolve 2! Extremon!
So usually you have to pay for that, but because I ended up spending so much money at his thing and talking to him for like 20 minutes, he did that for free. Here's the little badge for like that day. I only went Saturday, and none of the voice actors really had lines because it's a super small con. So I was so excited that I got to like meet all these voice actors within like an hour of getting there and getting to spend the whole day going around. So we took pictures, and I was just so excited. Okay, now we got to Chuck, who is the voice actor of Android 17. He's also the voice actor of the most hated man in anime that I know of, Joe Tucker. And when I was talking to him, I was like, how did you get into character to play the worst character of all time? And he goes, I thought he was a good guy until I watched it. So he didn't even know how awful he was until till he watched it. And he had a lot of fun with my phone, just taking pictures. Yeah, so he was a lot of fun to talk to and meet. And then we got next I have Bryson, who is the voice of Belle from what is the show called? Demachi, also known as Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up a Girl in a Dungeon? And I was talking to him, and I was like, yeah, my friend gets you mixed up with Justin Briner all the time. And he was telling me how Justin actually did a voice match for him on like the day he couldn't be there. And then he ended up getting back, and they made him re-record all the lines like at the last second. And then I also saw that he was Nagi, and I was like, yeah, my friend loves Blue Lock, and we talked about that for a little bit too. But he didn't really have a line. I got to talk to him. He was super awesome. I think I only have like one picture with him. No, I had a couple pictures with him. Okay, now Itzman, he is also in Unicorn Overlord. He plays Nigel in Unicorn Overlord, and Unicorn Overlord wasn't out when I met him, but his character is almost the same. Like works with the church, right? Is a like strong fighter. So he is Dimitri from Fire Emblem. So we got the 5-year gap Dimitri where he goes crazy, and he says, "Kill every last one of them," for the quote. And so I was the first person to his desk. I started the day off because I got I was like third in line or whatever. So I went like straight to the VIPs and I started talking, or not to the VIP, the voice actors, and I started talking to them, and we talked about all the routes of Fire Emblem and which one's his favorite. And I think I don't know if he said Blue Lion, but he's the head of the Blue Lions. And we talked about that. We talked about so much other stuff. And it was just, we had so much fun talking about Fire Emblem. I told him how I bought like the collector's edition at the last con I went to. And I ended up giving the art book to someone. And, but talking all about Fire Emblem, all the houses. And then we talked about some other stuff he was in. And I wish Unicorn Overlord came out because I really like Nigel from the couple of missions I had with him, like the 4 missions. So yeah, I talked to him, and then I also met. Oh look, I don't know what we're doing here. We're laughing and joking around. And then I met Jackie. Now Jackie put my name wrong, but she is the voice of Melty. She ended up oops. There was one of these at the con, which is like her character. So she ended up buying one of those, but that was, I told her that I had that, and she's like, "Oh, you should have brought it in. I would have signed it." And I just kind of didn't think of it. Oh, why are they all falling? And she put Robbie instead of Ronnie because the person next to me, after she heard my name, person next to me accidentally called me Robbie, and she put the wrong one. But Melty's one of my favorite characters in Rising of the Shield Hero. And Jackie also voices some other characters that I like, but Melty was my favorite. And look, this is how bad my face was at the time. It was so red from all the hair dye that she was giving me tips for next time I dye my hair. So that was all the cons that I went to this year, and I had a lot of fun doing it. Other than Game On, which other than meeting the voice actors, everything else was like a pretty bad experience there. The panels I wanted to go to, most of the people that were part of the panel had to leave, and they weren't there anyways. So yeah. Okay. So those, I also wanted to, so there is a guy that that does art. And when I say art, I mean it's pretty pervert stuff. Like it's not safe for work at all. And every time I pass like a stall like that, they always have Rem and Rom like super inappropriate. And I checked with my friend if I was like, "Is this appropriate?" And they said yes. So I ended up getting this and this for Rem and Rom from 3-0. And I was going to did he draw you, Biggles? He drew me like one of his French girls. No, and yeah, so those weren't bad, but like all the other they're like it's buy 2 get 1 free. And I was looking at all the other ones and I was like, there is not another one I want because they're all like really bad. Not like bad drawing wise, because he draws really, really well. They're just like super inappropriate, and I'm not lethal. I don't get a bunch of naked anime characters. So I I was like, no, I'm good with just those two. So I lost out on a free like a free poster, but whatever. There wasn't any one I wanted, so I suffered that way, I guess. I don't know, but super cool. I had so much fun at those cons, other than Game On, really. But those are super cool. I'm going to frame those, put those up. But now, with the last 15 minutes, we'll talk about baseball anime. Now, we've already talked about the one in the back. We had our own show on it. That is the girls' baseball. But I've watched maybe I watched two other full baseball animes, Mix and Ace of the Diamond. Ace of the Diamond is like 176 episodes. It has surpassed Mix on and where it ranks on my animes that I watched. The baseball in anime is like so good. And I started watching Cross Game, which I was like, this looks just like Mix. Turns out the artist of Mix has done like 6 baseball animes, and Toa in Mix looks like every single character in his every single main character in his stories. And Otami, his the sister of So and To, is like the main girl in like these other baseball animes. So it's really funny to see these. And then now that I've started watching Cross Game, I noticed that Mix has the Cross Game characters in the manga that To is reading or So is reading. I don't remember which one was reading it in the thing. So Mix is more slice of life, and so is Cross Game. So the artist for Mix and the guy who works on all of those, like I think he draws and writes them. They're all very slice of life, coming of age, and baseball is how they do it. So it's really different than like all these other ones that I'm watching, because I watched like 2 episodes of Big Windup. And one thing baseball anime really gets right is how important the catcher is to the sport of baseball. So I really like that. And the baseball is just really good. They know their baseball in Japan. That's why they won the World Classic this year. Japan just went off. And you get such good baseball, like animation from these animes. And I really, really like it. And I'm very glad that I've started finding more and more baseball animes to watch, because they are great. And overall, a lot of them are just how important baseball is in Japan. Like in Mix, there's a guy that runs a shop, and he's like, yeah, I changed the type of shop I had, so it's no longer a ramen shop, just so I can watch more baseball. Because I'm not missing a game. And then like I don't want to spoil what happens in like season 2 of Mix if you haven't seen it, if you ever decide to watch it. But there is a very there's a scene where a guy should have been at work and something happens. So because you gotta watch baseball in Japan. It's like the most important thing. And then like even Blue Lock, they mention how Japan loves baseball more than any other sport, and it's the only sport that they like compete at the best level where they can win it all, compared to the other sports they play, and how important baseball is to like the psyche of Japan, because it's like everybody has their own set role, everybody has their own thing that they're going to do, so it's like systematically built for Japan to be awesome at it. And these baseball mangas and animes do a great job of illustrating that, of how much they love baseball. And as someone who loves baseball, I really appreciate that in what I watch. Now, I do have to say, I did rewatch the mixed dub for season 1. And although Chris is in it, his voice doesn't fit the character that he's playing. It's just so funny to see that like big, strong voice with a like a really skinny guy. That's not like muscular at all. So it's kind of funny for me to hear his voice. So and you definitely get some of the, oh yeah, we definitely put this in because we're dubbing it. So the sub in season 2 makes it a lot better, but it's just, there's so much random stuff that has nothing to do with baseball, but it has to do with the story because this guy was around 30 years ago, but like it focuses way too much on him for some reason. And they'll like show little pictures of why he's in there. But it's not necessary. But like the girls' baseball behind me, they just love baseball, and all it shows is baseball. There's like maybe 2 minutes. No, not even. That's way too much time. There's maybe like a minute of non-baseball in this anime and the one behind me. And in Ace of the Diamond, there's 176 episodes and less than 5 minutes of like non-baseball. And even those 5 minutes of non-baseball, it's like when Samura meets his his roommates when he moves into the dorm, and then when they're in school trying to learn and they're like sleeping or someone's reading something baseball related. So it's like 176 episodes, 5 minutes of non-baseball. Yeah, sign me up, man. And like the games, they'll have a game that lasts like 7 episodes, and it takes as long as an actual baseball game, if not longer, to finish an episode or one of the games in this anime. So you like only miss about maybe like 10 total outs, if that. So out of like the 21 outs, or no, wait, hold on. 9 outs, 9 times 3. Wait, 9 times 6 is 54. Yeah. So out of the 54 outs, you get about 44 of them in the show. Sorry, I don't know why I had to do math right there. I was like, yeah, there's only 27 outs in baseball per team. My bad. So like Ace of the Diamond, you get all the baseball. Like they're like, we don't have time for slice of life. This is baseball, man. It's the only thing that matters, and I love it. And then big windup from the 2 episodes I watched. I don't remember any really slice of life. So they really concentrate on the sport itself in the anime, which I really enjoy. So I think that's totally cool. But they're all trying to get to Koshin, whether it's the girls or the guys. Koshin is the name of the stadium where they play at. Ace of the Diamond, if you ever watch Ace of the Diamond, the sub is so bad for the baseball part. Exactly. There's no crying in baseball. Although in the girls anime they do cry a little bit in the baseball. Which I'm going to have to finish watching the manga because there's no or not watching the manga, reading the manga because there's no sign of a season 2. And there's no sign of a season 4 for Ace of the Diamond yet. So I need to finish reading that manga. I do have it bookmarked on my computer so I can go in and read the rest of it. But we had, what am I talking about? Baseball. I lost complete track of all train of thought because I read no crying in baseball. Thanks, Dan Blackroyd. No. So like even in big windup, there's not very much slice of life and it's all baseball all the time, except for in Mix. Mix likes to do more slice of life. Mix is more of a slice of life with baseball on the side, where most of their growing up comes through baseball. It's your job. Yeah, I believe it, Dan Blackroyd. But yeah, I really like baseball animes. I'm looking for more. But I think that's all I'm going to talk about. Oh, no, Ace of the Diamond. I was talking about subs. Okay, sorry. So Ace of the Diamond, if you watch the first subs, all the subs for the baseball, you could tell like whoever dubbed it had no idea anything about baseball. So like their translations were kind of shit for baseball wise. Season 2, it got better. It's like they had better translators. And then season 3, they were like, all right, we need to get someone who understands baseball in our subbing. And you started getting all the like correct baseball terms, and you're like, yeah. And it was a win, because like the first couple of seasons you're like, that's not the baseball term. And then instead of saying like going to Koshin, they were just like, yeah, we're trying to get to nationals. Well, there's the national tournament, and then there is like the finals for nationals, which is in Koshin. So you play in different stadiums. There's like 3 total stadiums, and unless you make it to Koshin, you're not actually in nationals. You're in the tournaments for nationals. But yeah, so that is how I talk about baseball animes. And if you know any good baseball animes, go ahead and let me know, and I'll have to go watch them. I have to finish Cross Game and then finish Big Windup, and then I'll find some other baseball animes. I want to watch, I think it's called Cinderella 9, which is a girls' baseball anime. It's only subbed right now, so I have to go check that out. And next month, we are talking about My Hero Academia, because by the time I do that, it will be like 2 weeks till season 6, season 5. The next season of the next season of that was kind of bad. The next season of My Hero Academia comes out May 7th, so I want to do it before the new season comes out, because then I have to talk about what's going on in the season, and I don't want to do that yet. And My Hero has just turned dark, so it's going from that fun to now we're going straight after the villains, and it's about to full send. It's about to go full send, so we want to talk about it beforehand. And that's going to be all for the Biggles breakdown. I am working on a video for Unicorn Overlord right now, and it should be out very, very soon. And tomorrow I will stream Grand Blue Fantasy, because I need to fight the last boss, or the new boss, because I haven't got to play it yet. So I will see you all tomorrow if you come say hi. And that is it. Bye, everybody. Let's send us out with this.
Biggles is here. Hi, says I could be a hooker. Biggles, will your hooker name be Bagels? Mine would be cream cheese.